Most people think discipline is about grinding, but real discipline is this. Do what you say you're going to do. Every time you make a promise and break it, you destroy trust. Not just with others, but within yourself. And nothing kills confidence faster than not keeping your own word. If you can't even keep your own word to yourself, how are you going to keep your word to everybody else? Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening and sharing the show. And today we're going to get into it. We're talking about do what you say you're going to do. Build trust with yourself and with others. There's nothing more important than if you say, I'm going to get up and go work out in the morning, that you get up and go work out in the morning. That you do what you say you're going to do. If you tell yourself that you're going to go to bed early, then go to bed early. If you tell yourself you're going to wake up early, wake up early. If you tell yourself you're going to go do something with somebody else, go do it. Follow through. There's so many people in this world that make commitments that never follow through. They won't even tell you that they're not coming. They just won't show up. They just ghost you like no other. And then when you try and call them, they won't answer. And if you could just do what you say you're going to do, you're probably in the top 5% of people that can beat the other 95% in this generation right now. And you got to remember, your word is your reputation. This is what matters most, is your word is your reputation. And if you can't follow through with your own word, it really doesn't have any meaning at all. Consistency in action builds trust. Inconsistency destroys it. So once you're more consistent, then you're going to trust yourself more often. Other people are going to trust you more often. And it's easier to just balance the world around that you got around you that you are going through. And inconsistency, if you just keep destroying it, it's just going to tear you down. You're always going to be in this cycle of ups and downs. You're just going to be basically disappointing yourself and others all around you all the time. This, of course, it just isn't about others. It's about self-trust. It's about you and about others, but mainly it's about you. If you can't trust yourself, who are you going to trust? I trust myself. I tell myself I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock. I wake up at 4 o'clock. Every broken promise is proof to your own brain that you can't rely on yourself. And you don't want to live life through like that. You want to go through life knowing that you can trust yourself, knowing that you can trust other people. And if your trust tank is not filled up by you, how is it going to spill over to other people? It's not. And you got to be able to have the self-confidence that you can trust yourself, and you're going to go do the things that you say you're going to do. Every kept promise is evidence that you're unstoppable. You keep stacking the wins up one by one, day by day, and by day 20, day 30, day 40, you're just going to have more and more trust. All this confidence is going to keep building up inside you. And imagine what you're going to do in a year, how much confidence you'll have if you just keep your word to yourself and you trust yourself. You're going to look back a year later and be like, wow, I don't even know who that person was. And you're not even going to probably recognize yourself now, but you built yourself up to it, that you're going to believe in yourself that you are that person that you are now. Where people struggle the most is overcommitting to too many things. I do it, and everybody does it. And one thing, when you're a people pleaser, and we've talked about that before, it's hard to say no, but you have to say no. Overcommitting will make you struggle and put you in a state of anxiety, put you in a state of overwhelm to where you just don't want to go do anything. You'll go sit on the couch and watch TV and just ignore everybody else. But if you only commit to 1 or 2 things, it's going to be okay. You're going to be able to get that done. You commit to 10 things, a lot harder to get those done. Talking but not following through, this drives me bonkers. You ever get that person that, especially when you're drunk or high, they're always full of talk. I mean, a lot of tweakers go through this. The first couple of days they're tweaking. They come up with all these different ideas, and they're never, ever, ever going to follow through with them. A lot of them are good ideas too, but they will never have the follow through to finish up and get off the drugs or get off the alcohol, to follow through with that. Saying yes when you mean no, people pleasing. Like I said, we've talked about that before. If you mean no, say no. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Even if you did, they're not your feelings. Like, you don't have to worry about what other people feel. That's just their feelings. And if they can't handle it, then they don't need to be hanging out with you, and you don't need to be hanging out with them. because it's better for you to say no than it is to say yes and not show up. Making promises in the hype of the moment, but not backing them with the discipline. We've all done that, especially out on the town, out drinking. You're like, yeah, we're gonna go to the river the next day. We're gonna do this, this, and this. And what happens? You're too hungover. Never do the follow through. Even when you're just having a good time, it doesn't even have to be out drinking or being high or anything like that. If you're having a good time with some friends and they're saying they're gonna go to the river, even though you're sober and you just don't want to go, don't say yes just because everybody else is doing it. Make sure you can follow through with what you actually agree to. How are we going to live this out? There's a couple of different ways. You're going to start small. Micro promises to yourself daily, like wake up when you say you would. Hit the gym, finish the task. Don't hit snooze. Start with, a nutritious breakfast in the morning. Then change it over, or not change it, but then add in a nutritious lunch and dinner. Like, just start small. Pick one of these. Wake up when you say you're going to. Wake up 5 minutes early. It's going to be okay. Under promise, over deliver. Don't commit to what you can't realistically follow through. I'm a big believer in that. Like, I like to over deliver every time I do something. It makes you look better. It's better for the client. And it's just one of those things that it's better for you to under promise it than it is to over promise and under deliver. It's just, we can all get all hyped up and think about, oh man, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this for you. And then you sit down realistic and like, I can't do any of that. It's going to take way too long, not getting paid enough, or, all sorts of different things that can happen that will just throw everything off. Number 3, write it down. If you say you'll do it, track it. Seeing it creates accountability. Track how many times you wake up early this month. Track how many times you went to bed early. Track how many times you ate eggs for breakfast, or, hit your calorie goal. All sorts of different things. Tracking it is what makes your brain realize that it's actually working, because your brain will tell you that it's not working. It will always say it's not working. You need to change something up. Start tracking your weight. If you want to lose weight, start tracking. If you want to gain weight, start tracking it. Let yourself know, because numbers don't lie. Numbers will tell you if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. Communicate honestly. If you can't deliver, own it up front instead of ghosting or making excuses. Ghosting is one of the worst things you can do. Just call the person and tell them no. You hype yourself up so much in your head that thinking that the other person on the other end is going to think bad of you because you said no. They're going to hate you. They're going to not be your friend. But they're not going to be your friend when you ghost them. And they're going to hate you when you ghost them. They're not going to talk to you again when you ghost them. Like, just stop the ghosting. Like, the ghosting is probably one of the worst things. Just tell the person no, or I don't want to be with you. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do this. It's going to be okay. Even if they got to, try and sell it to you again, just tell them no. Stack wins, we talked about it. Every time you follow through, your confidence compounds. Keep it going. It's going to stack up over and over and over. Every day, every week, every month, every year, it's going to keep going. Like, personal development is not just a 2-month program or a 3-month program or a year or 2 years. It is lifelong, because every stage of life, every year you become older is a new stage of life. And it's just one more thing that you get to learn each time. You get a little bit more wisdom underneath you all the time. And when you find that guy that's 20 years older than you and you wonder, man, how does he know all this? It's because he's been through life. He's been going through it. At 19, 20, you have not been through as much emotional stress as a 50-year-old man or woman has been through. You might think you've gone through a lot, but you haven't been through very much at all at 19 or 20. There are people that have been through a lot, but there's a ton more to go through between your 30s and your 40s to get to 50. And I'm only 48, and I'm not even at 50, and I know I got 2 more years before I hit 50. Who knows what's going to happen in those 2 years? So the closing challenge for the next 7 days, make one simple promise to yourself each morning and keep it. I want you to keep that promise, write it down each day that you kept that promise. Don't make it complicated. It could be drinking a gallon of water, finishing that project, or doing 50 push-ups a day. Prove to yourself that your word means something, because the fastest way to rebuild unshakable confidence is this: say it, then do it. That's the pod. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody have a great day. If you got any good value out of this, share it with somebody. And I'll see you on the next one.